So I just bought a Switch, and how you could predict by the title of this video, I picked up Breath of the Wild as well. Or not. Look, I'm not a rich boy, and it's still 60€ on Amazon. I didn't play the game, but I spoiled myself basically everything from let's plays and strange timeline theories. And boy, do I regret it? Maybe, but I'm not here to complain on my weird spoilery addiction. I'm here to try and elaborate what I would want in Breath of the Wild 2 as someone who never played a Legend of Zelda game. First, let's start with the basic formula of the series to let me make my point. There have been a lot of Zelda games in the past for pretty much every Nintendo console, except the Virtual Boy, but we don't talk about that. The story usually has three iconic characters, Zelda, Link, and Ganon. They have three different work to do, and most of the details around them change from game to game, but I will try to explain everything as concise as possible. Zelda is the princess of the Kingdom of Hyrule and represents the Triforce of Wisdom, and is usually the main heroine of the game. Link is the hero that represents the Triforce of Courage, and he doesn't talk much for some reason. Ganon is the main antagonist of the series. He represents the Triforce of Power, is the incarnation of Malice, the oldest of evil. And there are different forms of him depending on the timeline. Now, I will not explain the whole timeline as it is already messy enough, but I will need it to make a point related to the story of Breath of the Wild later, so here it is a brief recap. As you can see, there are three different timelines that make the Monogatari series seem like a child show. Breath of the Wild takes place on all of three timelines. How, you ask? We don't know, because clearly Nintendo didn't have a clue on how to organize the game. What I ask to Breath of the Wild 2 as a watch-only Zelda gamer? Well, a few things. First of all, a decent story. I get that Link is the appointed knight of Zelda. I get that you play 100 years after the Great Calamity. But man, can Nintendo give us maybe a decent love story between the two? I'm not asking for much, we already know their own love. It's been like that for every single game. Why is Nintendo so reluctant to give us some romance? I get that the main plot is to save Zelda, but that doesn't mean that the two of them can't work together to save, rebuild Hyrule or defeat for one last time Malice and move on. I would absolutely like to experience a story-driven Zelda game as a starting point for the series, maybe actually explaining everything instead of just speculating on phantom connection with other Zelda titles. Moving on. I like the gameplay of Breath of the Wild, but I can't say anything relevant as I didn't play it. Still, having a better RPG element would hurt anyone, especially if we talk about enemy progression. The sounds are good too, even if long-lasting fans don't like them. In this regard, I can't say much, I only want a fitting atmosphere and I'm set. Voiceover is nice if done right. The English Zelda have a British accent that I like, but her voice doesn't fit so well and the emotions are lacking. None of the versions I heard are perfect. The Japanese one was not fitting for the setting of the story. The French one can sound good only to Americans. The Spanish one is awful at best. The German and the Russian one were okay, but they lacked personality. The Italian one was well directed as always, but I didn't like the voice. That's all for today. When I will get my hands on a copy of the game, I will probably update the video, but for now, those are my opinion. I invite everyone to say what they want from the game in the comments, and maybe I'll discuss something on the next video. Bye!